Hello again, and welcome to my creative African cooking channel, Ndudu by Fafa. Miawe Zongo, Ndudu by Fafa, Nya, Koba Ndudu, and Yukwelu, Fafa, come on, Ndudu, and blow Fafa. I love the flavours, Ulama, Bala, Ndudu, Vivinto, Famitu, hey, in my previous video, I did show you how to fry the perfect fish, and of course it's gluten-free as well. I'll leave a link in the description box below. Also, you can click the link at the top and that will direct you to the video. So today I'm going to be making my fish WAAKYE stew. Yes, absolutely. So what is this about? This is about infusing flavors and also trying to use a different type of oil, or may I say fat. So today I'm going for that Zongo style WAAKYE stew. You know, the rich marmalade one? Yes. But I'll be using ghee. Yes. Now, it's a type of clarified butter that is used in most Indian and Middle Eastern cuisines. Traditionally is made where the cow's milk butter is heated until the water content evaporates and the milk solids are strained. Yes, and it's usually simmered at 100 degrees. So that means that it takes longer to make the ghee, but it also retains more vitamins and nutrients as well. Now, ghee is high in saturated fat, but it also has a high heating point. So what it means is it's best to use for like curries like this or stews like this that takes ages to cook because it still maintains and retains its nutrient content. Yes, so things like olive oil you do not use in making stews like that because that just turns into bad fat. But also ghee is rich in vitamin E and vitamin A, and I particularly use it for my face. I go for the organic type. Yes, it's definitely important that you do because that's what the nutrients are. If it's good for my body, it's good for me to eat. But of course, with everything, you have to eat in moderation. Yes, I'm just going for the flavor pack stew today. It is at this point that I do add my onions. You will notice the ghee hasn't completely melted, but that is fine. There is a method to the madness. Reason is, I just want it to fry gently and for the flavors to infuse beautifully. Here I'm adding my organic dried rosemary. It makes a big difference. And I'm just going to be mixing this together and slow fry this for about 3 to 4 minutes till the ghee has completely melted and I could just see signs of it frying. Next thing is I'm adding my white pepper, which is mixed with allspice. So that's just incredible. And these are recipes that, or spice mixes that are going to be available soon on Buy Ndudu. Next thing is I'm adding my cayenne pepper. You can use your chili powder, but of course if you're using your chili powder you need to use less. But then again, don't worry, I would leave the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com. I've just added my bay leaf and I'm just going to be frying this mixture for another 4 minutes. Next thing is I'm adding another mixed spice, which is a clove-based mixed spice. Yes, when I say I've thought about everything for you guys, I have done so. Yes, because I want you to actually enjoy the best of the best. Yes. So yes, it is coming soon, definitely. Now, one thing about this channel is I just don't just tell you add this and add that. I give you reasons as to why. Yeah, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And of course, I'm adding my tomato paste, or may I say tomato puree. And I'm just going to be frying this on a very low heat for about 10 minutes. This is a stew of love. You have to have the time to make it, and it makes a big difference. Because after 10 minutes of slow cooking, you can see the oil has just settled at the top just nicely. At this point, I just know that the flavors Look at that. This is not any other food. This is Ndudu by Fafa. Next is my holy grail. Now, if you've been watching this channel, I've always mentioned it. I think I need to do a separate video on how I make that anyway, so it can be a point of reference for everybody. So it's a blend of ginger, garlic, onion, and aniseed. So it's got that licoricey, spicy flavor that is just incredible. So I've added that to it, and I'm just going to mix everything together until it's well combined, and yet again allow this to fry and infuse for at least about 5 to 6 minutes. Now I think it is time for me to add my blended tomatoes. Yes. So on this day, I was frying the fish whilst I was making the stew on the side. But of course, I completed the stew the day after, because I love to let my stew settle for at least a day and then continue it, because it allows the flavors to infuse itself. So as I mentioned, you can see the fish is frying there in that corner, and that stew is just bubbling away nicely. Yet again on that very medium to low heat. So I did turn the heat off the stew and allowed it to completely cool down. I then placed it in the refrigerator until the next day. The next day, I took it out of the fridge and allowed it to come up to room temperature, and then placed it on that low heat just to warm it through. But this has got a further 20 minutes of cooking time, yes. And what I am going to do is reintroduce some of the flavors that I used the day before back into the stew. So at this point, I'm going to be adding my salt to taste, because all the spices and everything that I've introduced in here, they've all married together and they're living happily ever after here. You know what I mean? And if this is your first time, you're welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification button so you do not miss any future videos. And of course, you did see that I added my salt to taste, because it's the best time to do so. Reason being is the spices and everything that I've added has infused into it. So you might not need as much salt as you think. Now it's raining onions. Yes. Now, if you've watched this channel, you know me and onions. We're best friends. And you know what? This weekend I made a traditional dish, and I spoke to my mom and I needed her feedback. If you watch my Instagram stories or even go on my Instagram page in Ndudu by Fafa, you will notice her feedback was like, oh, there isn't enough onions. I was like, oh, I know where I get this thing from, you know. So anyway, I'm adding my white pepper based mixed spice here. I mean, if you don't have access to this now, of course you might not, you can use your normal mixed spice for now until Ndudu brings her own shenanigans to your doorstep. And of course, I'm adding more onions. So I'm just mixing it all together. And after 20 minutes, you can just see the oil separating from the tomato, and that tomato has that silky marmalade consistency. And then I know that I've got at least another 5 minutes and I'm done, because this is the point that I do add my fried fish. And this infusion is definitely taking place.
Oh yes, the eggs had to represent. It's, I think, both a Ghanaian and Nigerian thing, where with majority of our stew we do add the egg thing to it. Yeah, it is a tradition. Like, it's something that it's embedded in majority of us. So yes, anytime you see some stew, goat meat stew, whatever, chicken stew, they just add a little bit of egg there. Is a must, definitely. So you can tell that the WAAKYE party went down a treat. And I've created another incredible WAAKYE recipe, and I cannot wait to share that with you. Look at the talia, look at the salad, look at the gari photo, look at that stew. A chairman who say yes, flavor no amba. Onto banuka, tokpo atadimada. Onto wo dark, rich, kontonya badin Ndudu by fafema. Also, I've got another recipe, which is the grilled fish stew recipe. I'd leave a link in the description box and also at the top, and you can watch it. So, there are different ways of making stews and adding different flavors. Yes, and my loyal subscribers, guys, thank you so much for holding the fort. You guys are incredible, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I do pray for all of you. Make sure everything that you do goes well for you. Please don't forget to share the video. Yes, like it. Leave your comments below. Yes, definitely. And I will see you in my next video. Now, don't forget, I'll leave the list of ingredients and measurements on my blog ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com. So do check it out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat as Ndudubyfafa. So pass by and say hi. Noel, thank you very much for my theme song. And until my next video, take care of you. Be nice, be beautiful, be the queen and the king that you are. And guess what? I love you for you. Toodles. See you in the next video.